Well, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to our Sun through Ascendant of Taurus series. I know I was supposed to make it yesterday, but just things have been really busy, had family over. They're still over for the long weekend, so, I'm just partying. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to work. But then I have discipline where I have to work. So I'm working, but not for long, because I'm going to go to the jazz bar. So anyway, today we're going to be doing Sun in the second house for Taurus ascendant people. And what happens when Sun is in the second house for Taurus ascendant. This is quite different from my planets through signs and houses. This is not Sun through signs or houses. Now, Sun is in a particular sign, particular house, and it rules a certain house. Because for Taurus ascendant people, Sun rules the fourth house. So based on this is how we're going to be analyzing this Sun. And as always, if you do not know where your Sun is placed, what your planetary placements are, so you can come back and refer to all my videos on my channel. For that, check out the links here and check out my full astrological report. We're on the second page at the bottom. You'll know exactly where each planet is placed, along with all the additional information, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, Aspects of the Speed of Light, and many other options here. So, Taurus ascendant people. For Taurus, Venus gave Sun the fourth house of home, dwelling, foundation, mother, emotions. Because Taurus is an earth sign. Being an earth sign, these people are very subtle in their way. Everything that they approach in life is on a very secure level. It's on a very grounded level. They're very practical. So when it comes to emotions and mother and dealing with home, through their practicality, they gave that fourth house to the Sun. So sign of Leo is ruling the fourth house. But now what's happening? The fourth Lord is in the second house. So many things are happening now. Leo is, is a fixed sign. It has its fixed belief system. It has its fixed way of doing things. But now the Lord of this, which is Sun, is in the second house in a dual sign of Gemini. So what's happening now? Their emotions, which are supposed to be fixed, are now go from one way to the other. These people, when Sun is in the second house, shows that first of all, their passion, their love, because see, fourth house is love. It's like your heart chakra. Their love is all into the communication with the family. They love knowing what's going on with the family, what's going on with the aunt, the uncle, the cousin. Shows that the mother and father both became responsible for developing your communication skills. Shows mother and father both were either in sales, business, good at marketing. And shows one has tremendous passion and love towards communication, writing, speech. Because second house is not just family. Second house is not just speech. Second house is your value system. What do you value in this life? These people will value their father, teachings of the father, and they value communicating with people. And when they speak, they have a very bellowed, heavy voice. Because Sun here brings a very masculine quality to their ability to communicate and speak. This also shows that they were very clever growing up in terms of their studies and education. Did very well, and shows that the family was always involved in their development of education, meaning somebody in your family made sure you did your homework, you did your projects, you went to school on time, came from school on time. But because the fixed value of the fourth house is in the second house in dual sign, shows these people move. Perhaps they move a lot. In their lifetime, let's say they're 30. Perhaps at the age of 30, they have moved 8 times. The dwelling, home, which is this physical dwelling is the fourth house. Being in a dual sign shows they would move from place to place. Not in a bad way. They can have a father who is in business of traveling. He has to go from one country to the other, one city to the other, one state to the other. So you travel. Sun also represents, in a way, your purpose, what the purpose is in this life. Sun in the second house shows one purpose is to speak and give value to other people. When you speak, you need to give some value to the other person, which really shows that these people are really here to be mentors, be here to be coaches, kind of like motivational speakers. That sun is a bright planet. Now, obviously, what I'm telling you right now may differentiate. Why? Because another planet might be conjunct sun. Another planet might be aspecting your sun in the second house. Things can change from black to white. This is why what I'm saying, take this as just the basic level 1 foundation. You want to develop these levels by knowing what planet is looking, what planet is aspecting, what planet is conjunct, what nakshatra sun is in. And we will cover all this. Believe me. But what also happens with this is that 4th house represents property. Sun is in the 2nd house, creating a dhan yoga. Yoga for wealth. What this shows, a person will have multiple properties in their life. Because it's in the dual Gemini sign. It's not really a sign of twins, it's just dual energies. So they'll have 2 houses. They'll have multiple houses. One's a rental income, one's an investment income. And one thing you got to understand about these people is that their decision is never prominent. Their decision is never prominent, and their spending habits are not prominent. These people can one day spend like a drunken sailor. They're feeling depressed, they'll go out to the mall, buy a Rolex for themselves and Versace suits and Hugo Boss suits. The other day, they will go to Taco Bell and buy a $1 bean burrito instead of going to some bar and spending like $200. So their value system keeps changing depending upon their mood, depending upon the energy, which twin is open today, which twin is activated today. But the main thing you will know with this ascendant is that communication is the key for them. Wealth, because see, 2nd house is how you earn your money. It's how you derive your wealth in this life. It's how you feed your 1st house. How are you feeding your 1st house? You. This is me. This whole thing is me, the 1st house. Now my 2nd house becomes my resources, my family, my wealth, my assets. And that's how I feed myself. So resource of these people will always come through communication, sales, marketing, real estate. But mainly, them going into communication becomes huge. And especially Sun from the 2nd house will aspect the 8th house, which also shows that one will have a dominating nature towards their in-laws and family's wife. They're going to be very curious to communicate with the families or their in-laws and their spouse's family. And shows that this person's father will also be involved in the family of the spouse. But in a very good way. Don't think it's going to be like some dominating thing. No, this is like just they love communicating. Also, this person will be gaining a lot through father's secret sources. Perhaps father has a secret will. Father has secret treasures sitting somewhere under their name. And shows their ego, their self-esteem, is all about not only communicating with the family, but also wanting to understand and communicate the darker side of life. They're interested. Like you can talk to these people about astrology. They may not be passionate about astrology. They may not even like astrology, but they will talk to you about it. They'll be curious about it. So the ego becomes curious to know the darker side of life through communication. Okay? So guys, this is my analysis of Sun in the 2nd house for Taurus ascendant. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your sun is placed, all my books, reports, consultations, for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.